Coming to you from SFCS Studio 402. This is Shannon today.
It's November 11th, 2016. Welcome to this special Friday edition of Shannon Today.
Here's your news from around the school.
This Giza Battle of the Books was this past Wednesday. Shannon had about 30 students participating in this event.
We will let you know the results next week. We're very proud of all our students.
There will be no school November 23rd through the 25th for Thanksgiving break.
Looking ahead, the K-5 through 2nd grade Christmas program will be Thursday, December 1st.
And the 3rd through 5th grade Christmas program will be Friday, December 2nd.
Mark your calendars now to find out more about all of Shannon's events and activities. Go to shannonforest.com.
Now let's go to Quinbrake Field for this week's birthdays and then to Lola Kelly for your weather on Friday.
We have several birthdays to announce this week. 5th graders Delaney D. Jung and Camden Finner are both celebrating their birthday today. 4th grader Chaz Lopez has a birthday tomorrow. 3rd grader Avery Woods and 1st grader Abe Wallace will celebrate their birthdays Monday, November 14th. Happy birthday!
Today we will have another warm day. The high is 75 degrees. Tomorrow the temperature really drops. The high will only be 58 degrees. We warm back up a little on Sunday with the high of 64. The nights will really be cold. Get outside and play on these beautiful days. That's your weather on Friday. I'm Lola Kelly, and back to you.
Thanks, Quinn and Lola. Now it's time for Picture Ponder.
Let's go to Aiden McConnell to find out about this week's picture.
Each week on Picture Ponder, we will show you a portion of a picture and ask you to try to identify it. Here's the picture we showed you last week, and watch as we reveal the whole picture. We had several correct guesses. Congratulations to Reese, Kaylee, Lily, and Gabby. They all guessed that it was a carpet of some sort. Thank you all for your participation. Here's the picture for this week. Do you think you know what it is? Keep a lookout over the next few days to try to find it. If you have a guess, write it down on a piece of paper along with your name and turn it in to the office. We'll reveal the whole picture next week. Happy hunting!
Thanks, Aiden. Be sure to turn in those guesses.
Shannon's basketball teams are practicing hard to prepare for their upcoming games.
We have middle school boys and girls teams, a JV boys team, and varsity men's and women's teams this year.
The JV boys team and both varsity teams play at home today with games starting at 4 o'clock.
We look forward to bringing the latest information about their games this year on Shannon Today.
You can check out the full schedule of games and other sport events at shannonforest.com.
Go Crusaders! Now here's Jamie Judovics and Rebecca Smart with the joke of the week.
Hey Rebecca, do you want to hear a funny joke?
Sure, what is it?
Why should you never set the turkey next to the dessert?
I don't know. Why should you never set the turkey next to the dessert?
Because it will gobble it up.
Oh goodness, that
putting on a layer of treacle for sure.
You're right. Now let's go to Leah Tysinger to find out this week's word.
We've learned some really great words so far on Shannon today. Last week our word was treacle. You know, that sugar sweet way your grandma might talk to you. She's putting on a layer of treacle. Our wonder word this week is vex. Here's what some students had to say about that word. What does vex mean?
I think of medicine. I think it means something about like a vet or something. Big?
Vex is when you get on someone's nerves or annoy them. You may have done that to one of your friends before. It's not a lot of fun. Be sure to share the wonder word vex with your family and friends.
Thanks, Leah. We have some really fabulous students, teachers, and administrators at Shannon. We want you to know just how wonderful we think you are.
Here's Andrew McMecken to tell us about this week's Spectacular 7 students.
This week's Spectacular 7 students are 5th grader Claire Butcher, KT Friend, Hannah Montgomery, 3rd grader Con Aiken, K5 teacher Miss Jago, 2nd grader Reese Camgarden, 2nd grader Wyatt Soren, and 1st grader Luke Thornton. Hey, that's my reading buddy. Be sure to check with your teacher for a special treat. Congratulations!
Thanks, Andrew. We really do think you're terrific.
We sure do. Today is Veterans Day. Before we go, we want to bring special recognition to the men and women who have served in the armed forces in the past or are currently serving.
We appreciate what you do and protect our country. And we understand the sacrifices you make every day to make sure we enjoy our wonderful freedoms.
Here's something about Shannon family honoring their loved ones.
This is my uncle, and he served in the USA Coast Guard. This is my other uncle, and he served in the Army. This is my grandpa. He served in the Army, the Vietnam War. This is my grandfather who served in the U.S. Navy. My granddad served in the Navy during the Vietnam War.
This is my Uncle John. He was a World War II pilot and flew the hump, which means he flew over the Himalayan mountains during World War II.
This is my great-grandpa Carlos Bucky Smart. He served in the Army Air Corps in World War II from June 19, 1940 to December 5, 1945. He was in the India-Burma Theater.
This is my grandpa. He was in the Marines, and he served in World War II. This is my Uncle Matt. He served in Coast Guard, and this is Uncle Wesley. He served in Afghanistan.
This is my great-great-grandpa Soika, and he was in World War II and served in the Navy and the Air Force.
This is my great-grandpa Cole, and he served in the U.S. Navy and the World War II, and he built bridges for others to go across.
This is my great-grandfather. His name was Garvin Ferguson. His nickname was Gunner. He was in the Navy for 40 years. The reason his nickname is Gunner is because he was a gunner, and he retired at 58.
This is my granddad. His name is Ernie Hinson. He was in the Air Force, and he flew an F-100.
This is our great-great-grandpa.
He was in the U.S. Marine Corps, and he fought during World War II.
This is my mom, and she was a senior airman in the United States Air Force Military Police.
This is our grandfather, Charles Gaunt. He served in the Army during the Korean War.
This is my papa, and he served in the Army.
This is my great-grandfather. He served in the Navy, and he served in World War II.
This is my granddad. I call him Daddy Mac.
His name is William Bell McDowell. He served in World War II.
He was in the Army Air Corps, and he flew a P-51 Mustang in the South Pacific.
Yeah! This is my Uncle Tom. This is my Pop-Pop. And this is my Pa. They all served in the military a long time ago.
This is my Grandpa Wally. I call him Grandpa Guy. He served as a paratrooper in the Korean War. This picture is whenever he received his silver wings.
I'd like to honor my dad, Paul Froman, who served in the Navy during World War II as a pharmacist mate. And I'm really proud of what he did and what he accomplished.
This is my grandpa, and he served in the Army. This is my great-grandpa, and he served in World War I. This is my other grandpa, and he served in World War II.
This is my son-in-law, Chief Petty Officer Jonathan Owens. He serves in the Navy's submarine service. He currently serves on the USS Alabama, SSBN 731.
This is my great-grandfather, and he served in the Army back in World War II.
This Veterans Day, I would like to honor 5 members of my family representing each branch of the military, starting with my father, who served at the end of World War II in the Navy. This is my son Nathan, who currently became chief in the Navy. Andrew represents 2 branches because Andrew started out Air Force Reserves and now he's in the Coast Guard. Then my nephew, he served in the Marines, and finally my cousin Dennis served in the Army, and my cousin Dennis was a helicopter pilot, and he gave his life for our country because his helicopter was shot down by the enemy. And I'm proud of all 5 of these members of my family.
We want to give you a hand for serving our country. God bless.
Thank you again for your service. That's our show for today. We want to encourage you to always try your best and to do everything in a way that brings glory and honor to God. We'll leave you with a special treat from Miss Jago's K-5 class. They will be honoring our veterans with a really great song. We hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching. Bye!
It's tomorrow, all my things are done, all the world to see, and I had to start again with just my friends and family. I thank my lucky stars to live here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. From the